All right. Do you have any tips? Your first experience playing D&D was with a lot of strangers and you didn't really like it. Over the years, have you gained any tips that you would impart to people who are playing with a lot of strangers? Either don't do it or how would you cope with it? What do you think?
That's a good question. I think it depends a lot on your personality as well. Like extroverts will have maybe no problem integrating themselves. Maybe they just need like a few tips of like just be confident in what you're doing and like insert yourself and take the stage. But for me, my human connection problems is that I like focusing on like one-on-one interactions. I feel like I can really get to know someone in that way. And when there's like 4 or 5 other people, I kinda take the backstage of like, you guys are talking, you're enjoying talking. I'm not gonna insert myself just to insert myself. Like, I'm content being by myself, enjoying myself. If someone else is like, I wanna get into D&D, I don't know anyone, I'm gonna join a new group, but I also have reservations as an introvert, my advice would just be try to look at it more transactionally of taking turns. Like, you see one person talking, you see another person talking, okay, now I can talk. It might just be a little manufactured at first, but I almost feel like to insert yourself into a new group and to feel comfortable so you don't feel like you're taking a back seat, unless people are being mean, then I don't know, ditch them.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it almost might have to be like, okay, I haven't talked in a while, force myself to talk. You know what I mean?
My take on it when I'm playing with strangers is I try to make them look good, build on whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Because I want to be their friends before anything. Like, no one cares about my character until I care about theirs, or they like me and they like playing with me. And so I often will try to latch on to every little thing that they do and try to, like the other night when I was playing that gunslinger with Tabletop Bob and some other people of his friends that I hadn't played with before, I really tried to pay attention to their backstories and kind of role play for them. So one of them had a backstory that had to do with a church being burned down because they were a cleric, rebuilt it, and like dealt with the person who did it, sort of thing. So at some point in the adventure, there was a building being burned down by someone, and I said, "I've got a friend here who doesn't take kindly to burning people's houses down." Like I paid attention to his backstory, and I was helping him role play by remembering that, and like our characters had a relationship that wasn't just random. And so to me, that's making other people look good and using their ideas and jumping at the chance to like bring them in. And that's how I make friends and make kind of break the ice with strangers to let them know I'm on their side and I'm not just trying to that I actually care. Because like
Yeah.
we talked earlier about like when I went to Pathfinder Society and other people when they go to like any sort of game store, sometimes people don't care that you're there. Like they don't want to be your friend. But if you can make them look good, that makes them want to be your friend. It's just natural, and then you can make friends that way.
I think people are also giving you space to like show your own level of comfort. Like it's not necessarily that they don't care that you're there, but they're like, this person doesn't want to be called on because it gives them anxiety. Or they just assume that about someone. You have to show that you're willing to integrate, you're willing to interact. And then, if they're excluding you intentionally, like oh yeah, try multiple groups online because sometimes it feels like maybe people are already close knit and they're just unintentionally excluding you because they're just playing with each other and you're just there and you're not like forcing yourself in. So they just kind of assume that you're like not comfortable with that. So I feel like, yeah, try multiple groups, find people that you click with. Usually it's better if everyone's new, then everyone feels the same awkwardness and you can start from scratch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes you join a group and you think, why aren't they including me? But that's kind of a skill that people don't always have to like think, oh, there's a new person. I should try to include them. And then the people who are already there are like, why isn't this new person like playing with us and asserting themselves? Do they just think we're dumb? Like, do they think we're losers? So it's kind of like this unspoken tension. And so the more you assume the best of the others and just that they aren't trying to exclude you actively, maybe they are. If you find that out, yeah, peace out. But usually it's just a misunderstanding or an unspoken thing that's misinterpreted. So yeah, definitely be careful jumping to conclusions with strangers, especially online, like you said, Josh. But it definitely is a little awkward for like everybody at first, unless you're a loudmouth who's just not stopping to allow yourself to feel the awkwardness. You're just trying to fill the silence. That's another thing. Don't be afraid of silence. Like just because they're strangers, is like, oh, this is awkward. I better just talk to talk.
Because it's not giving someone an opportunity to talk as well.
Yeah,
You just move on.
don't fear silence. I say that a lot, but that applies here as well.